Hi everybody, Marco Carbajo here from businesscreditblogger.com. Today's blog post I'm going to talk about 50 tips for getting business credit, and these are tips that are going to make an impact. Now I first want to make a quick disclosure. I'm not going to cover all 50 tips in this video. Be sure to check out the actual blog post that lists all 50 tips at businesscreditblogger.com, or just click on the link in the description of this video. But I want to share with you some of my favorite tips that are really important when it comes to building business credit. The first and foremost is the number of trade references is not the only thing that matters. And obviously what you've probably seen in many different websites and companies out there talking about just get X amount of trade references reporting on your business credit files. And you'll have a creditworthy report. It's much more to it than just that. There's the length of payment history that you have that plays a big factor. So just having, let's say, 10 trade references with only 3 months of history hardly shows anything as far as payment history. The other thing is the amount of credit limits that you have reporting on these trade references. The higher the credit limits you have, the stronger your profile, the better it looks. So only having a $500 credit limits compared to having $10, $20, $50,000 credit limits makes a big difference on the credit worthiness of your profile. The other thing is obviously the usage of credit is simply having 1 or 2 purchases on trade references doesn't show consistent activity of usage of credit. So once you obtain supplier-based credit or revolving lines of credit, you want to use it on a regular basis because that allows you to create invoices. It allows you to establish more payment history, so that's another thing. Another factor is your diversity of credit. Is the types of credit you have reporting on your business credit report matter a lot. Just getting net 30 accounts is one type of credit. It shows that your business can handle short-term financing. But the other funding vehicles you want to have reporting are like revolving lines of credit, installment credit, lease credit, etc. This shows that your business can handle a diversity of credit, that it can handle long-term debt as well. So these are just a few of the factors that play a role when I'm talking about one tip alone, that trade references, the number of trade references are not the only thing that counts when it comes to building up your business credit report. Another thing that's key is your personal credit. You've probably seen a lot of people say, you know, your personal credit doesn't matter, just build up your business credit. That's not true. Your personal credit will play a role. It does impact several types of funding that you'll receive as a business. Now, especially as you're starting out, until you actually build up your business's credit file where it's credit worthy enough, your personal credit can help you. It can actually propel you to build business credit much faster. Now, let me explain this. For example, if you're a startup company and you have great, strong personal credit, you can leverage your good personal credit in order for your business, your startup business, to get 4 to 5 revolving lines of business credit. These are in the form of business credit cards that only report to the business credit agencies. So this allows your brand new business, your startup company, to get 4 to 5 revolving lines of credit issued in its name, in the company's name, completely unsecured, and it only reports your business credit. And this will help your company start establishing not only a business credit file, because it'll have 4 to 5 new bank-issued credit reporting, but it also allows you to protect your personal credit. So you're basically leveraging your good personal credit for the business to get revolving lines of credit. So that's just one way why personal credit does help. It can help you grow much faster. It's not a requirement, but it does help. The other thing to remember with personal credit is the size of your personal credit limits that you currently have on your report also play a role. What do I mean by that? The size of your credit limits on your personal credit cards that you currently have will help dictate the size of the credit limits you're going to get for revolving lines of credit for your business. So for example, with our UBF program, which you can find more details on that at businessfundingengine.com, we get you 4 to 5 business credit cards for your business that only report to business credit. But as far as how much can you expect to qualify for, if you're the 680 or higher FICO score range, let's say your highest personal credit card that you currently have is $10,000. Then typically you can expect about 4 to 5 times that amount in business credit cards for your company through our program. So you can expect maybe to get 50 to 60,000 in business credit cards. So what if your highest personal credit limit is 20,000, let's say on American Express? Then you may be able to get 80 to 100,000 in business credit cards. So that's why the size of your personal credit limits that you currently have on credit cards, personal credit cards, also play a role. It impacts you. Okay, so let me go over another important tip. Is your industry classification does play a role in business credit. Now, what do I mean by that? Is the type of industry your business is involved in will play a role in the types of funding you can acquire as a business. For example, if you're a real estate investor, you own a real estate company, it's a real estate classified business, then as far as like getting certain funding vehicles like a traditional bank line of credit, banks won't issue unsecured bank lines of credit to real estate companies. You'll have to secure it with equity from an investment property or even a HELOC, home equity line of credit, because you're classified as a high-risk industry. That's real estate. So if you want to get an actual bank line of credit as a real estate company, then you have to go with an individual bank line of credit. That's why business credit cards are real popular with real estate investors. You can get a line of credit as a real estate investment company, but it would be an individual bank line of credit unless you want to secure and collateralize the line with property. Okay, so let's go over another tip that's important. Is all three business credit reporting agencies matter. Okay, so you may hear certain companies out there that talk about just Dun & Bradstreet. Dun & Bradstreet is one of the major business credit agencies, but the companies that pull from D&B, many of them are suppliers, leasing companies, etc. Those are the ones that actually pull from D&B when you're applying for credit. The other credit agencies is Experian Business and Equifax Small Business. When it comes to applying for business credit cards, many bank credit card issuers will pull from Experian Business. That's why it's important for your business to have an established Experian Business credit file. Equifax Small Business is used quite often when you're applying for installment loans for the business or traditional business loans. So that's why it's important we talk about establishing your business credit file with all three major business credit reporting agencies. It's important to do that. Okay, so one final tip that I also want to talk about is having a professional corporate image. As far as having a business, when you're structuring your company, you don't have to have a big budget to appear as a major corporation. You can utilize one of the best tools, which is a virtual office. For as little as $99 a month, you can have your own secretary answer the line. You can have your own dedicated business address. You can have your own dedicated business phone number, fax line, etc. So that's another tip that I want to give to you. Now, if you want to get all 50 of these tips that'll make a real big impact as you progress in the business credit building process, be sure to check out the blog link in the description of this video, or check out businesscreditblogger.com. If you like this tips, you want to get more information, subscribe to our YouTube channel below, and we look forward to providing you more information and funding programs and tips. With that, make it a great day. We'll talk to you